Today we're going to be talking about Valve getting fined, MSI working on some mining cards, and we're also going to have a short look at some RTX 3000 mobile performance numbers, and we're also going to be getting into a very interesting but also short discussion alleging that Intel has worked with NVIDIA to not release the RTX 2070 and 2080 mobile GPUs to laptop manufacturers who are making AMD-based systems. So definitely interesting, but before that I would like to tell you that Valve, alongside some 5 other game publishers, were fined nearly 8 million euros for restricting access to certain users to activate and play the games in other regions other than their own, obviously. And yes, I am aware that this is still happening right now for some certain websites, but this is not the point that I'm trying to make. Instead, Valve, together with ZeniMax, Bandai Namco, Capcom, and 2 other game publishers that I can't really remember the name of, have been issued hefty fines amounting to nearly 8 million euros as a result of a decision by the European Commission based on the fact that geo-blocking practices are not only anti-consumer, but they are also prohibited within the European Union. Now, whether this is going to impact future legislations or policies that are going to come out from Valve or the game companies that I mentioned previously, I really don't know, but what I am really interested to learn more about is what is going to happen with the other case happening right now. I believe it was in France between Valve and France, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, you're going to see the correct things on screen right now, which says that we should be able to sell the games that we have bought from Steam, just like we can sell our physical copies of Xbox or PlayStation games that we buy. So that is definitely going to be something really cool, and I'm hoping that that is going to impact the way that we buy and sell our games. But just to make this very short, we're not buying games from Steam, we're licensing them, so I don't really see how this is going to change. But what I hope is going to change is not releasing mining cards, because like I was saying in the beginning, MSI is going to be launching some RTX 3060 Ti miner cards, and I don't really think that this is going to be one of their new monikers like we have seen with the Supreme cards, and saying that these are going to be really good, or maybe they are going to be good at something, but that's not going to definitely be playing games. Instead, they're going to presumably be good for cryptocurrency miners, but I really hate that this is happening. And obviously this also means that the RTX 3060 Ti is most probably going to be even more difficult to get your hands on, because the very same silicon that is being used to manufacture the RTX 3060 Ti miner version is also most probably going to be used to make the other GPUs. So hooray, it's going to be more difficult to get GPUs yet again. And I kind of think that they're going to be doing the same with the RTX 3060, which again is going to be released in late February, and we're not going to get a Founders Edition card for, or a Founders Edition version for that GPU. So hooray yet again. It's probably going to be really hard to come by, and it's also most probably going to be a lot more expensive. And you can learn more about that in another video that I shot a couple of days ago, so definitely go and check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, let's talk about some laptops, and the RTX 30 series mobile GPUs. They're going to be reviewed in different laptops, in different versions. Starting from January 26th, you're going to see a lot of benchmarks coming out from other content creators, because I still don't think that I'm going to be able to get my hands on any of those next-gen laptops, but I'm going to have some links to some interesting channels in the comment section down below. But if you remember, I did some live streams where I also talked about the performance numbers for the RTX 3000 mobile, and this includes the RTX 3060 mobile, 3070, and 3080 mobile. And I told you guys that you really need to get yourself a salt shaker with those results that we have, for these results that we have seen. And this is because we have seen some benchmarks from Notebookcheck saying that the RTX 3080 mobile should be similar in performance to the RTX 2080 Super desktop variant. The RTX 3070 mobile should be akin of the RTX 2070 Super desktop variant yet again, and believe it or not, the RTX 3060 should be similar in performance to the RTX 2060 Super desktop variant yet again. Now, whether these have been the Max Q, normal, or the Max P variants, like some laptop manufacturers like Electronics decide to call the versions that have up to 150 watts, I don't really know, but we're going to find out, like I was saying, very shortly. So in about 6 days from now, I reckon. And you're going to be able to tell me if these results have indeed been true. Now, with regards to that, I'm also going to have a live stream. I don't know if this is necessarily going to happen on my channel right over here, but I'm going to be live streaming with Own or Disown, Bob of All Trades, and maybe some other laptop content creators, and we're most certainly going to be answering a lot of your guys' questions. So if you happen to have any questions that you still need answers to regarding the next generation of laptops, or maybe some laptops with a 20 series that we're going to be talking about shortly, then make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and we're going to try to answer them for you. Now, talking about the RTX 20 series, like I was saying in the beginning, apparently Intel and NVIDIA have worked together, and this is a rumor, by the way, to not allow AMD to get access to the 2070 and 2080 mobile. And if you remember, we have only seen the RTX 2060 being paired with AMD CPUs, and that has been really a problem. I also didn't understand why that happened, but a Polish website told Notebookcheck that this has happened because allegedly Intel has worked with NVIDIA to not give the 2070 and 2080 mobile, but they also said, you know, in the very same article that NVIDIA reached out to them to tell them that this is completely false, and they also mentioned in the article that this could have had more to do with AMD and their 4000 series having only 8 PCIe Gen 3 connections, and I don't really know if that really makes sense, because from what I was able to read from the article, on Intel's 11th gen, so Tiger Lake, the 4-core CPUs that we're going to be seeing, they're going to have 4 PCIe Gen 4 lanes, and I kind of understood that this would amount to the very same, well, it will be very likely that this would be similar to 8 PCIe Gen 3 lanes, and also Ryzen 5000 is going to have the very same 8 PCIe Gen 3 lanes, and I don't see why they wouldn't be able to then have put the RTX 2070 and 2080 mobile, because right now we're seeing the Acer Nitro 5, believe it or not, going to be offered with up to an RTX 3080 mobile, aside from seeing that ASUS is going to also have some 4000 mobile CPUs that are going to be paired with the RTX 3060 mobile. So really weird what is going on, but I'm no expert in understanding, you know, the PCIe lanes. So if you have more knowledge about them, then definitely leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm going to try to reach out to some other people to, you know, understand more about this, because it's still a little bit complicated. And last but not least, I would like to tell you guys more about the Zephyrus G14, because we have spotted this one in Germany rocking a 5900 HS and an RTX 3060 Max Q, despite the article saying that this is the Max P variant. I don't really think that this is going to have the Max P variant, but it's going to have a Quad HD 120Hz refresh rate panel, which is definitely going to be glorious. Now, you're going to have to pay about 2,300 euros for this laptop in Germany, and it's going to be available starting February. So if you are interested in getting it, then definitely have a look at the links in the video description. But otherwise, you might be interested in looking at the 5800 HS version of this laptop, but sadly that one is only going to have a GTX 1650, so definitely not the best GPU that you could get to work together with this powerful 5800 HS. But if you are interested in it, like I said, you can find links to that in the video description. And that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. If I'm going to find out more information, be sure that I'm going to be posting it here on my channel, so stay tuned for other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.